Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby.
Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Last time on Dungeons and Dragons, we met the characters a little bit, got them talking, and we got into surgery. There was an emergency call. 10 fresh casualties came in, which in the MASH units happens 24 hours a day, unfortunately. And when that happens, you just gotta go. So Stony, being an abdominal expert, was able to take a serious gunshot wound, though he did take a long time to do it. But he took it down to a non-lethal level. And he can be put into the post-ward now to be treated by the nursing team and whoever else needs to apply aid there. However, he was talked to by both the chaplain, trying to help him, as well as the chief of medicine, trying to help him, and then they sort of butt heads. Dr. Biff, the chief surgeon, overheard all of this ruckus and now sees that Stony may be insubordinate as an ongoing thing. And military police just burst into the hospital to arrest mid-surgery. So that's pretty crazy to happen in itself. And that's where we're picking up, so we can see what happened. So they go to charge Stony. They accuse him of being a spy.
That checks out.
And so, Ethan, let's pull you into the narrative here. So you did see like the cart come in, but you did also see the military police just hustling into the room, and you have people who work under you in the ordnance group who are in the hospital right now. So you are going to want to follow up to see like why the military police are rushing into the hospital. So we'll get you in there too.
Okay, so yeah, you see me kind of come like rushing in and with a look of like determination, but slight concern as well.
Okay, so we got everybody here. Everyone's operating room adjacent while Stony is being accused of being a spy. How do we react?
I'm immediately going to try to get the military police to step outside of the operating room, since they are neither scrubbed nor cleaned, and I'm happy to talk to them as one of the majors overseeing this unit, away from where surgery is actually happening.
Okay, so they will not listen initially to the reason, and will require an influence check of some sort. How you would like to do that is up to you, in order to move them out of the room. I am going to roll an assist check for you from Dr. Biff, the chief surgeon, who does have a history with you, though not as much as the chaplain. So it's going to be a +2 history with Dr. Biff.
Well, it doesn't look like I get any bonuses, so we are going to go with influence through pulling rank. So I assume none of these military policemen are of the rank of major, one assumes. So we're going to go with pull rank, that's toughness. And then you say +2 from Biff's help.
So how that assist will work is I roll the history check, which I did roll an 8. Here it is. Okay, the history check. On a 7 to 9, give them a +1 modifier.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So you receive an additional +1.
Good. That's what I needed. I rolled a natural 9, but now it's a 10.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are able to remove them. They listen to you. You walk them out of the operating room to the pre-op area where Warrant Officer Ethan is. So you can visually see them now. And when you do roll a 10, that's just a straight up. Sorry. Influence. So you get a +1 forward for each step by which you outrank the other person. So you have a +3 forward. So the military police are very low rank. They so I'm gonna say a +3 forward. And they list, so they just do what you ask, and you have that +3 forward for whatever comes next. So you've walked them out. Ethan's there. Stoney is just kind of standing between the fresh casualty and the one that he just finished on, with his hands in the air. The chaplain is sitting there like this, praying.
Have I finished working on this guy?
You finished on the first one, and you're receiving the second one's just kind of being like pushed. It's like they're almost physically pushing the first cart with a second cart. Like that's like how on top of this next one is trying to get rushed in.
So he'll just keep on working. He'll just act like the military police officers just aren't there.
Okay. So we'll say that that's what's ongoing, or that will be how we're reacting to this scenario. All right. So Major, how are we going to approach this? So the military police stand by what they need to do.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So I'll set them aside and say, gentlemen, listen, I understand, military police, you're an important part of, this man's army. You're very much needed, but we need to follow proper protocols. This is an operation room. Okay. You can't just put lives at risk to nab somebody mid-surgery without even talking to the colonel of this MASH unit, right? So, I'm happy to move you over there, and I'm sure he'll want to talk to your commanding officer and see the evidence for such a claim for one of our surgeons, which we badly need on the front lines here. And I'm happy to then, as long as everything checks out, I'm happy to help you bounce this guy, because quite frankly, he's a little bit of an asshole. So I don't mind, but we need to follow the proper chains. We're not going to wrongfully imprison this guy, and we're certainly not going to remove him when we need him to be committing surgery. So let's follow proper protocols, and then I'll be more than happy to assist you in removing this gentleman if we find out that that's the case.
Major, with all due respect, we have been ordered by the lieutenant colonel to come here to arrest him, because being a spy it's treason. Like, it's like the utmost crime, and he needs to be court-martialed for it.
You've been ordered by our lieutenant colonel?
Yes.
Conrad Gold?
Conrad Gold. It's already reached the top. What the evidence is the paperwork that we just received for Stoney says that he was killed in action.
Gentlemen, this is, in all my years in this man's army, and I've served on many fronts, and I've served very well, I've never seen somebody pulled directly out of surgery for this sort of thing. And you know as well as I do that paperwork is messed up all the time. Would you mind at least if we walked over to Lieutenant Colonel and I was able to talk to him? Would that be possible? Would you permit me that?
That would be fine. So this is a little bit of a crossway. So ultimately, you are arguing to keep him in surgery and prioritizing that over this man being accused of treason.
Out of game, I'm trying to buy him some time to save lives. Ultimately, to me, if he's a traitor, he's going to be a traitor at the time that operation's over and a traitor now. So, it doesn't matter to me. If I get a couple more lives, if he gets to save a couple more lives thinking that he's going to get off scot-free, I'm okay with that. I'm just trying to buy time so that we can get through this next rush, and then hopefully we can get another cutter sent to us, to replace him by the time we get another wave. You know what I mean? I'm just doing my best from this. So I have no stake in the game. I think he very well might be a traitor, but as long as he's a traitor that's saving people's lives, until that's over, his status as a traitor doesn't matter to me. It's not like he's going to be stealing government secrets while he's elbow deep in some guy's pancreas, right? So,
yeah, no, I just wanted to designate that this is like a significant event. And that should he be a spy, we also don't know what he's potentially doing to the casualties either.
I guess that is true. I would certainly maybe send a nurse to keep an eye on him, to see if he's doing anything shady.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. And again, so like Ethan, you witness all of this, and there's a whole nurse corps around. The first one that that crosses your path is Topsy Otieno. She's very chatty, so that's how you heard her coming.
All right.
But she's somewhat awkward. She's short.
Okay.
Brunette ponytail. That's her. So that's who you hear coming by, saying hi to everybody. And so Major, you're essentially nabbing her to go watch whatever Stoney's doing.
Yeah, and I'll even tell the MPs that we're going to try our best to keep an eye on him and make sure he's not doing anything sketchy in the meantime. But we just need to clear this up.
Okay. Perfect.
All right.
And you also just know in terms of paperwork that in the chain of command that there's a company clerk, Staff Sergeant Bill DeWard, who oversees all paperwork. So this paperwork would have come across his desk, just as such general knowledge for all of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ethan, let's have you. Let's put the spotlight on you.
All right. So that nurse that was coming towards me just got pulled away, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a nurse's station, so there are other nurses around.
Okay, so then I'll go over to that nurse's station area and just because you said so I already know that some of the people that were wounded were people under me.
So who wheeled in all the people are under you. The wounded themselves are outside casualties.
Okay.
But the people delivering all of the casualties work for you.
Okay.
And you saw military police charging the hospital just after. So you were worried for your men.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go in and go to the nurse's station. Just definitely see all this commotion and everything going on. What status report? Especially with the military police running in right after there. I know I got my men out here. I want to make sure that there's nothing going on with them here. Anything you can share?
So the first nurse that you talk to is Yvonne Dobney. She's very skinny. She's young, but looks older than she is. She's a chain smoker, and it's very obvious, the effect it's had on her skin and her hair. How you doing, Ethan? Yeah, no, they're doing. Your men are all doing all right. It's really they came for the new guy that you just brought in. Did he seem suspicious to you?
Wait, the Stony guy?
Yeah, that Stony guy. He he's apparently being accused of being a spy.
Huh. I mean, he definitely didn't seem like the traditional soldier, if you will. He was a very, very quiet, kind of didn't really take the orders well from what I saw anyway. But I don't know. I just kind of thought he might not be acclimating out here very well, kind of homesick or something. I didn't really get any vibes that made the red flags go off. Just the yellow ones, just maybe an orange one, but not a red one.
I gotcha. Yeah, and I heard that he roomed with
Valentin.
yeah, he roomed with a Russian too. That's a little.
I felt bad. I felt bad for the guy.
I don't know how I feel about it either. Rooming with a Russian, being a spy. It's all. Too coincidental, I think.
You took the words out of my mouth there. Toots. You know, I forgot her name, so I said Toots.
That's appropriate for
the time period
setting.
Yes.
But also for the setting, for the viewers who may not recall that the Cold War is ongoing at this point, and American suspicions of Russians is high. So that's ongoing here.
That's a thing.
That's a thing. But again, her name's Yvonne.
Yvonne, that's right. Okay.
But maybe you just call her
Toots. I like Toots.
So I'm sorry. What was the last thing that you asked?
I don't remember.
I know that she had said that it was too coincidental that.
Oh yeah, I just
the Russian.
I said the same thing. I was like, yeah. I you took the words out of my mouth, Toots.
Oh yeah. Well, hope it all gets worked out all right.
Yeah. Me too. All right. I appreciate the info. And I'm gonna kind of just I'm gonna look around. Do I see any of my guys kicking around here?
Yeah. So you do see. Get to the ordinance. You actually see that Cash is still sitting in the pre-op area, and you know that now that you see him, he's either been here the entire day, or he left and came back. But you suspect he's been here all day, and your history with him is that he frequently makes up ailments in order to get out of doing work.
Okay. All right. Cash, what are you doing here? There's a lot going on. Is this why the place, because he did a lot. Is this why the things didn't look spick and span like they should be this morning? Yeah.
I would like to take this moment to move the clocks for Zephyr and Aqua. I'm going to say that it's been 2 segments.
Okay.
And you're looking around and you see that things here are not spick and span as well, as an observation that you're making.
Now, does that strike me as odd, considering this is kind of like an active combat hospital? Like, we got all this stuff going on, or it just looks like dirty, like nobody's been cleaning in a while.
It's not noticeable enough for like the casual person, but like it seems as though, you're like constantly dusting the Jeep and cleaning that. Like, you have an eye for keeping things clean, and overseeing the ordinance, you like everything clean. So you also would come in and out of the hospital. So you have caught that it's oddly unkept, whereas other people haven't noticed in the commotion.
Okay. So I kind of keep that in the back of my head. So yeah, Cash, you didn't answer my question here. What's going on?
Oh, so officer, I have some stomach problems.
What kind of stomach problems?
It hoits.
Hey, it hoits, huh? Huh? You know what else is going to hoit? And I just smack him upside the head. Get back to work. Get out of here.
Oh man. Okay, so so you do physically slap him.
Like, I mean, I'm not talking like a full on like slap, like, but I'm talking kind of like right upside the head. Just get him. Come on.
Like your mother.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, get out of here. Come on, get back to work. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so he listens to you, and he leaves.
See, somebody's got to listen to me around here.
Because he was also advised that Warrant Officer Ethan would be good to advise him in the future. So he listens and he leaves the hospital and he heads back over to the motor pool.
Cool. And I guess for now, I'm going to, with all the just commotion going on with him out of the way, I'm going to kind of just hang out and not really like hang out, like stand in the middle of nowhere, but, kind of like off to the side, just kind of observe, see what's going on. Because military police, that's, I'm assuming that's not an everyday occurrence.
No, certainly not. No, the military police, they patrol the outside of the camp, like they make like a circle around, and they observe the POWs.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of like what I thought.
Like actually arresting people, like it may not have even happened while you've been here. Like this could be like the first time it's happened.
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna just kind of hang out in the immediate area and see what happens.
Okay, I'm not gonna have you make it now, but you're gonna be doing an ongoing eyeball check, as like that's like your cowboy,
the sit rep thing.
Yeah, the sit rep thing. Like, is that's like really like part of your core character. So I'm gonna say you have an ongoing sit rep, and we're gonna roll that when we return to you. Yeah, give the whole place the Ethan sit rep stare.
That's right.
Okay. So that's happening. The major is traveling with the military police to the CO. Lieutenant Stoney is next to Father Don, and he's just going to proceed to performing surgery on the next patient. So, Father Don, you see that the surgeon, let's go with Woody. Woody Norwood. He's actually the oldest person in camp, and he has fought off retirement for a few years now. So you know Woody for sure, and he's over there doing his surgery, and he seems to be struggling.
So I'm just gonna, keep my distance, but just say, "Hey, Woodman, doing okay?"
Oh, doing my best, Father.
So, for a point of clarification, how old is Woody exactly?
He's like late 50s.
Oh, okay.
And he's like been in the military for a long time. Like he has advanced his aging process quite a bit in his time while being late 50s in the 50s.
I'm here. I know this is the age is catching up with you. I'm just kidding.
Roll a Pierce.
I'm not gonna.
But roll it as the clown.
Oh yeah, So
make that I don't have it in front of me, but the clown Pierce check.
1 second.
He's mid surgery. Oh my god, I love it. The age catching up with you, eh?
Hold on, I'm using my the Discord for this. So what is just rolling two d6, or is that
Oh yeah, you would roll 2d6. It's just kind of like the things that are attached to it. All right, here, let's see. So when you pierce someone, roll plus nerve. On 10 plus, hold 2. On 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend your holds 1 for 1 to get an additional person to back you up. Players may refuse, but they take +1 history on you if they take your side. So you could very easily be pulling Stony in to you, poking fun at Woody's age, along with there's like the chief surgeon and a few other surgeons who are also in the room. You could get any of them to attempt to take your side and calling him an old man.
Yeah, I feel Stony would definitely jump in because I imagine Stony is much younger than the average recruit.
Yeah, you guys, like everyone is roughly like the age they are in real life. A little younger or a little older or same age. So, yeah, I mean like late 20s, you know, as an experienced, because you're all experienced too. You know, like none of you are like fresh from medical school.
Right.
So, okay. So what'd you get on your Pierce check?
That's an 8.
It's an 8. That's including the +2.
No, with the +2, that's a 10.
So 10. All right.
Yep.
So, so you have a hold to use as you see fit going forward. So you get an extra +1 to whatever roll you want going forward. This is a roll move as the clown. And we're saying that you used your other one to get Stony to back you up, and you two now have a +1 history together. You want to make note of that. So the two of you are poking fun at Woody's age mid-surgery, which actually is going to boost the confidence of every surgeon but Woody. Everyone's gonna get a laugh out of it and be like, yeah, that the chaplain just came in, old Padres came in and burned Woody. So Woody, I'm going to make a surgery trick right away, just to see how this goes here. And he's going to have one complication, looks like, despite you burning him. He's going to do his treat with he's going to take stress. So he's going to be treating his guy, okay, -1 on that clock, and he's building up that stress.
So I'm just going to tell Woody that, you know, I'll say like, you know, I kid, but I'm here praying for you. You can do this.
All right. Thank you, Father. I hope so. So he continues his surgery. All right, let's have Stony make his checks now. So you have your fresh body in front of you. Won't be quite as simple as your last one. So how do you approach? Just eyeballing it, there's a lot of blood everywhere.
All right, I think he'd start with the diagnostic to see exactly what he'll need to do. So that is plus skill. That is a 6. I am not making a good case for me not being a spy right now.
All right. So on a miss, you hold
this guy's fine,
but can ask one question immediately. But I may answer with a lie.
how serious do I think this is?
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. I was just reading general practice. The surgery. On the miss, I choose 2 consequences. And you make treat rolls without knowing the harm statistic shown on the casualty sheet.
Okay.
Instead, I will describe the wounds to you. And let's also, if you recall, because of the time you took on the previous one, this guy is also at 1 wound worse than he would be. Okay, so for the 2 consequences, I'm going to choose that the patient's blood pressure is too low. So you and all medics have an ongoing -1 to treat. And you can see there's a lot of blood missing from his body. Perhaps why his blood pressure is so low. And I'm not even going to say what the other one is. All right. So you see blood just kind of covering this guy. In terms of wounds, like looking more closely, it seems that like it looks like crush wounds, perhaps. Things are thinner than they should be in many parts of the body. Perhaps he was run over by something. Perhaps something heavy fell on him. Perhaps he was blown away and struck something so hard that it crushed things.
And where's the majority of the damage on this person?
So it looks like damage pretty much everywhere. In terms of, like, saving his life, like, you have the idea that you're going to need to cut open the head, the chest, and the abdomen.
All right. So yeah, I guess Stoney will do the what he believes to be the best route to save this guy's life. I guess starting with a blood infusion. If this person seems to be missing blood and having low blood pressure, that's probably a good thing to start with, so he can, survive the next surgery.
Okay. Yeah. So you will go to deliver a blood transfusion. Where you have missed the diagnosis and everything at the casualty sheet, you don't know what his blood type is.
No, I guess.
You do know the blood types. You will have record.
There's a universal blood, right? O is
negative.
The universe. O negative. Yeah, I guess I will just go for the probably, coveted O negative blood that we have on hand that, isn't just for anybody, but for, emergencies. And, without permission, I'll just kind of, take that instead of taking the time to look up the patient's actual, medical history.
All right. So we're going to go -1 in the stock of O negative blood. Okay. So you go to perform this transfusion. That's going to be at a -1 because of the diagnosis. So you have the ongoing, all medics have the ongoing -1 to treat moves with this patient.
But I'd still get my regular bonuses for the roll.
You would have your regular bonuses for your treat roll.
Okay. That is... Wait, 5. Yeah, that's a 6. Oh, wait, no, that's a 5 because it's a -1. So
a 5. Okay.
Yeah, I guess pour the blood on him.
So you go to set up the IV, and because of the crush wounds to his arm, you really struggle to get into a proper vein. You end up jabbing him a whole bunch of times. You take a stress, and you call the attention of the chief surgeon, Biff, who is already on alert from the major. So Biff comes over and he's enraged, and you do get the blood transfusion going, but you're building that stress. You perhaps injured his arm further.
That seems fair.
And Biff is now over here and he's pissed. He's like, soldier. And he like looks you like right in the face and he addresses you as soldier, which is demeaning in this case. Soldier, what exactly do you think you are doing to that patient? And Biff, looking at him, he has like the arms of a gorilla. Like he works out like only his arms. Like the rest of his body is kind of like average size, but he's got just like hulking biceps. It's kind of weird, honestly.
I'll just look to him. I'm just like, you want me to explain it, or would you like me to dumb it down so you can understand it?
Okay, so he is going to, in response, demand that you allow him to assist you going forward.
Okay.
And so will you allow him to do so?
Sure. I guess less work for me. / maybe I can pin the blame on anybody dying on him.
He's like, okay, so this is your patient. Tell me what we got. I'm going to, looks like I'm going to need to make some sort of cut here. Which would you like me to start with? What are you starting with now that we got this horrible transfusion going?
No, it's a great transfusion. No, it'll be great. It'll be great. I guess. Would I just, I guess, try a surgery check at this point then to just see exactly how much I can try to aid this person? Just try to like resetting a broken bones, try to make splints where needed.
Yeah, if you look at the I don't know where you guys have the actual can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Host participate.
I gotta turn it on. Hold on.
This is probably good for the viewers too, to see what it would look like if you had the sheet in front of you. So this is like when you're typically doing your surgery. You have this, and we mark off, like how far along like each clock is and what needs to be done. That's on the successful triage and diagnostics and all of that. So here, he doesn't even have access to what we're looking at. But based on the wounds everywhere, every one of those clocks is going to have some segments filled in. There's going to be harm in all of those. So right now, Biff is asking you where to begin and where you're going to begin, because you will both be doing surgery checks.
I will tell Biff to start on the head while I start on the abdomen.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That does make sense. So he's going to begin his treating the head. So I'll make that roll. Wait, is my screen just my dice now?
No, at least I still see the clocks.
You still see the clocks? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. All right. So making his own check.
Yeah.
with the complication.
C, scapegoat.
So, per your instruction of beginning with his face, he has begun work there, and the complication has triggered where the patient is now going to have the debility of disfigurement to the face.
Oh no. Gave him lockjaw.
So while getting the we'll say that he managed to alleviate like a blockage to the brain, and that was like part of the major trauma there. But in doing so, he has disfigured his face for where blood was pooling and like needed to be drained and everything. So that's a debility that this patient now has. And how did your surgery check go?
Even with the -1, I got a 10.
All right. That is excellent. So you cut him open, you look at the insides there, you see that like he has crush damage to the kidneys, but you manage to move like the ribs in a way where like the kidneys are like free floating and they're not being crushed by the rib cage, and you have taken care of that with your expertise in this area. You decided that the gut is no longer critical, and the harm, I will say now, is at a 2.
Cool.
The harm for the face is ongoing. Still, that it's going to require further treatment, but you are welcome to cut him open somewhere else.
I guess he would start on the chest next. Just make sure the lungs, heart, all those important organs are okay.
Okay. Biff also calls over the chaplain and says that this guy's real bad. We could use some counseling.
So I'm going to go over and I'm just going to remind everyone to stay calm and that the Lord is with everyone. And then I'm going to start praying. Start anointing this patient as well.
Okay, and the counselor check removes stress, I believe. But I'm going to have you roll an assist check.
Okay.
With your counseling here. So make that roll.
So it's a 7.
A 7.
And is there a +2 for that?
So no, you're giving.
Just looking at the dice.
You're just giving him like a little bonus to his.
Okay.
Okay. So the surgery check to cut to further work on his head it goes a little bit better. There is another complication. Unfortunately, we're going to go with I like this. You distract another medic. So while he's working directly next to you, Stoney, he's managing to fix his, portion up, but he distracts you by continuing. You see that while he's alleviating certain things, he has permanently, disfigured this guy, and that distracts you on your final check that you're gonna make.
Yeah, I probably start like verbally berating Biff for, doing a terrible job, which
Okay.
has distracted me from my work.
All right. Excellent.
It's just like I gave you the simple one, and you're still doing just a terrible job. Just like if you're gonna be here, you help, but you're not helping right now.
Dang. So when this surgery concludes, you will have a -1 history with Biff.
Noted.
Okay, and the final thing, you do see that his heart is very weak. His lungs are weak, and this is the most severe of everything. And if this last check doesn't go well, you're actually concerned that he could pass.
Did I get any benefit from the father coming over?
The benefit was canceled out by Biff. Biff's distraction.
Oh right, yeah, no, Biff distracted me. Okay, so I got a. So, and this was still getting the -1 initially from the original penalty. So that would be a total of 9.
9. Okay. So you do remove 1 harm. But you make an error that someone else points out, which Dr. Biff is going to be the one to point it out. So while you just berated him for his actions, you do remove the immediate danger here, but the way you went about it, you could have very easily killed him. So Dr. Biff then berates you back, saying, if you're so confident in taking, the more difficult, you should probably be able to back it up. Like, you nearly just killed that man. We're going to be having a long chat after this, unless, of course, you're in jail. So you remove 1 more harm from this guy's chest area. And we're going to go to the lieutenant colonel's office. And we're going to leave that guy on the table in suspense. Nate, time check on that?
Yeah, we could probably wrap up.
Okay, so we're going to leave in suspense. We're going to now have this guy who's on the brink of death, but a few things have been repaired in the head and the gut. The gut's all set. The head, he's now disfigured. The chest area, this guy could potentially die any minute. And we're now also going to address the traitor issue next time.
Welcome to Demons and Dragons.